from the time she was born to the time where now her body was developing as a lady, she was raped by her dad. And not just once, not just twice. This thing was constantly done whenever he's home. The first time it happened, the mother was actually in the house. And
she heard the screams
and got her pregnant. At first, she didn't even know she was pregnant. According to her, she didn't even know she was pregnant. She was in Gauteng, I don't know, she went to see family or her other side of the family. Then her sister realized, this person is getting too much weight now. What is this? They were like, okay, take off your clothes. She took off her clothes. And they're like, okay, maybe they're not sure, maybe she's just been gaining weight. Then they said, okay, got a pregnancy test, okay, she's pregnant. Move on. Fast forward, she gets pregnant again. She's now saying that she felt like as if she owed him. Lucky if you are staying like this in an apartment, if I stay in 401, you will cheat in 402.
Che, lucky. You saw me go like that.
If we move to another house, you will cheat with the neighbor.
Why lucky? Which kind of way?
He likes to put his problems closer.
Wow.
He likes to shit when he eats. How many Leratos are there outside the world?
They are there.
Who don't have running away from home, abuse, wire. You understand? It's just bad. They're trying to run away to. They believe that the darkness of where they're going to is much more brighter than where they're coming from.
Yes, but you see, that's a problem. That was a problem that was brought into Lerato's life by Lerato's father.
The rapist.
Which is the problem.
The first rapist.
He was supposed to be his foundation. Lerato was supposed to learn how a man should treat her from her father. And then her father betrayed her. It's not her mother who betrayed her. It was her father who betrayed her. It was the job of the father to protect both her and her mom. Hi everyone, welcome to Growing with PAJ. I'm Patricia. I'm Adisa.
And I'm Joy.
And thank you so much for watching, guys.
So today we're going to talk about Lerato. So get ready, guys, get ready. This story is very emotional, but we are women, we've got this.
Yeah.
So Lerato is a girl who grew up a very, very tough life, you know. From the time she was born to the time where now her body was developing as a lady, she was raped by her dad. And not just once, not just twice. This thing was constantly done whenever he's home. It got to that extent of whereby when the father is home from whatever job that he was doing in Gauteng,
She kind of knows what's happening.
she runs away.
And that's better though.
She runs away.
That's better.
She runs away. She would, let's say, she would go there by Palesas, and then the father would be like, will send the son, no, go and fetch her there from Palesas. Until she was now 16, you know, and I don't know. According to her, by that time she didn't see anyone to depend on, because number one, her mother was being abused.
Wow, the mother was actually there.
The mother was there. She had both parents, father and mother.
Oh my word.
The mother was there. The mother was being abused. The mother never, according to her, the mother never really stood up for her. I guess because she never stood up for herself.
Yeah, but that's the only way a child can be raped. I know the mother doesn't know, or the mother's not standing up.
You know, and the worst part was the fact that the first time it happened, the mother was actually in the house. And
She heard the screams
and no, I don't think she heard anything. I don't think she heard anything. Do you think she heard anything? Do you think eventually with time, with how the father was always calling the daughter every time, maybe the mother suspected something?
I think she knew. There's not even suspected.
Yeah.
She must have known. For example, the first time, remember this child would have been a virgin. This man would have been forcing himself. First question is, where is my daughter? Okay, I know my husband is home. I'm in my bedroom, he's not in my bedroom. Where is my husband? I mean, that comes naturally to everybody, right? You will look for your husband and don't find your husband, and at the same time notice you can't find your daughter. And obviously the child must have been exhibiting signs, maybe walking funny.
Yeah.
Well, according to Lerato, she says that she never told anyone. Anyway, life continued. Down to 16, she met this guy. She said, according to her, by the time she was 16, she was already sleeping at the boyfriend's place. Sure. There was not much story about this boyfriend except for Gigi down to the line got her pregnant, like what every other man would have done. Got her pregnant. At first, she didn't even know she was pregnant. According to her, she didn't even know she was pregnant. She was in Gauteng, I don't know, she went to see family or her other side of the family. Then her sister realized, this person is gaining too much weight now. What is this? They were like, okay, take off your clothes. She took off her clothes. And they're like, okay, maybe they're not sure, maybe she's just been gaining weight. Then they said, okay, got a pregnancy test, okay, she's pregnant. They asked her if she knew the father, she knew the father. Sure. Then, jiggy down, I think, to 2 weeks, the father came now. You understand? And found out that what?
She's pregnant.
Lerato is what? Pregnant.
The love of his life.
Imagine.
Apparently took a belt or something rubberish and he smacked her in her back. And he told her, you have to go back to Eastern Cape, pack your things and go back to the baby's father. Okay? She was like, that time there's no food, there's no education, there's no money, there's no nothing. Okay. She didn't tell us much about her boyfriend, but it's quite clear that she was with her son wherever she went to. Gigi down the line, she meets this man who the relationship just happened out of the way. Meaning there was never, baby, I love you. It was that type of thing of, you need a woman and I need a place to stay. And she was like, nah, at that time, we started a relationship, it was nice. You understand? She was like, now that time I was happy. I had shelter, I had food, I had a place to bath. I mean, this is the same South Africa that we are living in.
Wow.
That someone else has 10 times more than what someone else has. But this person is here happy just to have a bath on her body, to have someone buy her pads. When she would bleed back in the days, she would have to take a malapala, all this cloth, cut them and use them. Yeah, there was no one to buy her anything. Mama is unemployed. Baba was busy doing whatever he was doing in Gauteng. Anyway, so now she's married to this man. Now she finds out this man is a cheater. Not only is he a beater, he's a cheater. Guys,
what a combo!
Could never be me.
Women.
No, it could never be me.
Honestly, yes, girl, I agree.
So now, okay, small mistakes, too shy. And he wouldn't just beat her, he would also beat her with the son. You understand?
What do you mean?
Yes! Beat you and the child.
Why?
Put the fear in the child, so even when you become big enough, I can still have dominion over you. It's like trauma.
So that you won't come back and shoot me in the head when I'm beating your mom when you're bigger.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Jesus.
during the relationship, she got pregnant. After she got pregnant, immediately she got pregnant. After that, it became a miscarriage.
Okay. The first pregnancy.
The first pregnancy. After she got a miscarriage, I think there was a holiday. There was a holiday that was coming there. The husband told the wife that, nah, I can't stay with your child. So you have to take your child away. In my car.
Hectic.
Took the child home, now she's there like, hey, my husband, can I please have money? So at least I can buy my child some clothes for the holiday. I'm not sure it was Christmas or what. But yeah, there was a holiday, the boy needed clothes, you understand? He told her, no, he's not my son. So I'm not gonna give you anything.
Wow. What can you do because you're relying on this man for everything?
Guys,
Yeah.
I understand that being at home with not having anything can be very difficult. But I think also being in a home of where you're not provided for is much more difficult.
Yeah, 100%. Like that should be the reason why you should not sit at home anymore. Because why are you at home?
I feel like
to cook.
if she had been home and realized that this holiday was eventually coming, she would have found a way to go in this clothes.
Because a woman can make a plan. If there's one thing about women, is even with no plan, I can go outside and come back with everything sorted.
Yes.
That is true. So anyway, down to the line. The boy didn't get his clothes. Anyway, we move on. Fast forward, she gets pregnant again. She's now saying that she felt like as if she owed him.
A child.
A child. You understand? She owed him something. She owed him something.
I understand.
You understand? Because remember, let's not forget, he cheated at this point in time. In this few period between getting pregnant, miscarriage, and getting pregnant again, he cheated.
Wow.
And when he cheated, she found out because girl called. You understand? You see the man in this thing of cheating. The girl called in your marital home.
Yeah.
The wife picked up. Of course, even me I was gonna pick up.
The gumption.
Why should I not pick up?
Okay, so she picked up.
She picked up and then she confirmed the husband. Uchita. All of a sudden there was a fight, there was an argument. Now she had to call the sister, the mother.
The mother of who?
The mother of the guy.
Why is she calling the mother?
She had to call the mother.
To explain what is happening.
Why are you explaining to the mother?
So that she can at least talk to this crazy, like speak to your son.
Excuse me, how do you know the mother's on your side? For starters.
But then the thing is, as somebody, you are naive and you're thinking that somebody else is going to want better for their own son. Because if their son does that again, then that son that you claim to love so much can end up going to jail for murder. You claiming that you love your son, stop him now when he's at this point, before he can get to the point where he can get arrested for murder.
Okay.
But then guess what? I don't know if it was the mother or the sister, but between all of them said, you should be happy.
Yeah.
You have a house on top of you have a roof on top of your head.
Oh my word.
You have food in your stomach. You have clothes, you have shelter. You shouldn't be going around complaining because you do nothing. Yeah, see, I'm gonna speak to the youth of my age. Guys, go out there and do something. Make money. Do something with your hands, because believe me, your family can be okay with you sitting at home, but that man who you claim you love is gonna one day wake up
What do you bring?
and turn that 360 to a zero so fast. From the love of my life to why are you even here?
Yeah.
What are you doing here? If I don't bring food, you don't eat. Hey! It's what women are going through now.
I mean, it is hectic.
And people okay with it. Chomi, I have kids. I can't find work. Chomi, now when I work in an office. Ooh, guys. And then, and you know, there's one thing that this lady kept me saying. She was like, I feel like my mother never fought for me. I feel like my mother never stood up for me, never spoke up for me. And I feel like when she's talking like this, that was her mother. This is her, and now she's got 3 other kids. So you can imagine how this came from the first generation down to the second generation, which affected
The third generation.
Oh boy, which will get there eventually to what happened to the boy. You understand? Of not fighting for our kids. Because we're too busy, stuck up on let me be humble. If I talk, they will say. If I do, they will say. But who will fight for your kids?
That is really sad. And I feel like the reason why we're not fighting for our kids is, like you're saying, we don't have anything for ourselves, which is saddening because statistically speaking, men die, okay, no offense to the men we love, but men die before women get married. So at the end of the day, although the man is the breadwinner, actually the woman is the breadwinner. So, because there will be a time when the man will no longer be there, and then the woman has to stand. So I feel like women, we need to really, really leave this whole thing, no, I want my man to take care of me. Stop it, because this man is a son of somebody. There's mothers and sisters and everybody being offended of you chopping their money.
I feel like the most responsible thing to do is want a man who is able and willing to provide what you would like him to provide, but also being able to provide those things for yourself. Because when you can't provide those things for yourself, but you expect somebody to do them, they're going to do them for a little while. They'll be happy to do them for a little while. But then after that, you're going to burden them. You're going to be a burden on that person, and then it's not going to be nice anymore.
Woo. Tell us about Lerato.
Lerato. Yes, Lerato was speaking now. You know, there's this thing they usually say as friends. We'll be like, now I always think my life is worse. And then you enter Facebook, you'll be like,
Yeah.
Until God has kept me far away from you. In fact, I'm blushed. I'm washed in honey.
I'm anointed.
I'm anointed.
I'm protected.
Thank you.
No,
So Lerato is now here, gives women first child for them together. Remember, he comes with 2, she comes with 1. Now there's 1. How many kids are in the house? There's 4 in the house. Okay. Let's give this husband a name.
This husband.
Lucky.
Yeah. Lerato Lucky.
Lerato and Lucky. So, who Lucky? Lucky's tendencies are, he cheats at work.
Lucky.
There's someone at work. Lucky, if you are staying like this in an apartment, if I stay in 401, you will cheat in 402.
Che, Lucky.
Yeah.
So we go do like that.
If we move to another house, he will cheat with the neighbor.
Why Lucky? Which kind of way?
It's like he likes to put his problems closer.
Wow.
He likes to shit when he eats.
Nasty.
Rubbish.
Nasty.
You know?
I mean, you're saying it correctly.
And now imagine these kids are growing up in this house of where there's abuse. Obviously, there's head of power. It's quite clear because the father is even cheating with the neighbors now. You understand? And even seeing nothing wrong with it, you know. But the one that really hurts me was the fact that there was a point in time where he cheated, the wife found out, and then the sister to Lucky made sure that the side chick could still have communication to Lucky.
Wow.
And that's another point, guys. Your in-laws are not your friends. They can be nice to you. You can actually, if you are lucky, go into a family where, like, it's nice and stuff. But most of the times, you must just walk in there, assume nicely that these people,
Yes,
they're on his side. You can try, shove and bargain and see the ones who have sense in this family, right? But at the end of the day, if they were to choose between you and their child, they are going to choose their child. Also, if you had kids, you were going to choose your child.
So mother-in-law is not wise.
No, she is your mother-in-law, but I feel like you shouldn't assume. You understand? You should just take the relationship one step at a time.
Yeah, okay, now I get it. Mother-in-law may or may not be on your side.
Yes.
It's a 50-50
And also
situation.
depending on if this is a mama's boy, because if it's a mama's boy, the mother will never see anything wrong with anything her son does. As long as, especially if the son is playing black tax.
Black
Guys, this guy is a hero.
But mother-in-law also black taxing your mother-in-law.
The mother-in-law always is going to think that the money is coming from the son. Either she might think the husband sent you money so that you can send it to the
mother-in-law, but enterprise mother-in-law.
But she's not going to know that she wants to assume, because that's the narrative that makes sense in her head.
Mother-in-law.
The mother-in-law, it's only if she has senses where she can see that, no, this is wrong when my son or any of my children do this.
Yeah.
But if there's that mother-in-law who pampers her children every step of the way, you want to say, hey, mother-in-law, your son raped me.
That's a
Do you think this mother-in-law is going to, she's going to be like, no, it wasn't rape, it was sex?
Yes, it does make sense. I mean, look, put yourself in a situation where somebody's telling you their son raped them.
So if you know that, even in my house, this boy is a tyrant, he's a tornado, he's a tsunami.
You don't know, but if you know he's a tsunami, I think you should.
Then your senses will tell you that, no shame, let's talk about how we can go forward with this, if you have sense. But then usually what we see in especially black culture, but I don't even want to be racist about this, but it's a human thing.
Yeah.
People want to be on the sides of their friends and their fellows and their family. They don't want to be on the side of the person that they brought into the circle.
Then you come.
You, exactly. you,
But you know, it's intense and quite sad, because if this is the generation we are growing, where we feel like our sons can do whatever because he's a son and he's our only son, or he's the breadwinner, then what guarantees that, what safety is there guaranteed my grandchildren?
Yeah.
Because I feel like the Bible always teaches us
To plan for our children and our children, yeah?
Thank you.
I agree.
You understand?
We should. I mean, it's shame on us because
You understand? But if you allow
that's not like
the
that.
first generation to make this mistake, what do you think is going to happen to the second generation?
And then I also heard this quote of how the devil works is convincing just one generation of something. So let's say he wants to convince you that abuse is okay. So he's going to start with your mother. Your mother's going to get beaten, you're going to see your mother getting beaten. You see your mother getting beaten, you think it's okay to get beaten, you go to your marital home, you get bored of this boy who's not beating you, you cheat on him, you find somebody who can beat you.
You're lying.
I'm telling you. You go into that relationship and then you are okay with being beaten. You bear a child, a girl child. She sees this guy is beating mama. Every time when she grows up, she can also go through the same thing of being beaten. You know? And then by the fourth child, your grandchild, is going to think this is normal. Every woman goes through this. It's a part of life. Let's just go. It's my turn. I don't like it when you hit me on my face. Please just hit me on my body. Yeah, and she's gonna like.
It's normal.
So that's how the devil works. He just convinces one generation, and then the rest will follow.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
So it's necessary for women to stand up now and say no. Now.
Yeah.
Unemployment skills. My solution is unemployment skills. Don't sell your pussy. Learn among the few skills. You can learn how to braid, you can learn how to sew, you can learn how to bake. I mean, if you're a talkative person, perhaps you can. I mean, I remember once after my matric, long time ago, my mom got sick and she couldn't work. And I knew I can talk like a lot. And I decided I want to plan matric dance. So I went to all the hotels and got quotations and planned my prices. And I went to the schools. It costed me nothing. I had no job anyway. You understand? It costed me nothing. I'm already at the bottom. The only thing that can happen now is whether these people take me or not. If they don't, it doesn't change my life.
You have nothing to do.
Exactly. I feel like that mentality was the best mentality of my life because
Yeah.
I did plan a function and I did make a significant profit.
Yeah.
And from absolutely just like, you know what, we need to get up and say no. Because now we know this is a trick. If we let it go, it's going to be okay for our children's children. And we don't want our children thinking it's okay for you to be useless. And not saying you don't bring anything to the table. We have lives, we have destinies. Yes, you are married. Yes, you are a mother, but you're still you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're most definitely you because your kids are going to grow up. They're going to leave you. And this is when now you now get to meet your you now.
Who you really are.
Yeah, because then now they're going to do their life. Because now you don't have anybody to be making breakfast for or to be taking to the ball or to be
You
taking
don't have to
shopping.
take care of anyone. It's just you now that you need to take care of.
And now it becomes a trick. This is when people find they're divorcing their partners, they're turning into all these kind of things. But I feel like initially, if we solve it by knowing who we are at the get-go, loving who we are, participating and be like, Patricia, how do you feel about this? Is this okay with you? Are you in? Are you in? Yeah. Being in touch with yourself, I think it will allow you to just transition in any state. Because as long as you know who you are, what are your capabilities, even if you move to another country, you can maneuver. Yeah, you can maneuver because you know your skills. I feel like women, we need skills. I hope this is just going out there saying, we need skills.
I feel like skills is not the problem.
What is the problem?
There's something that you need to understand. That's why they say there's a difference between a man and a woman. There's a big difference, you understand?
Yeah.
Women evolve at every stage they evolve, you understand? But when you reach at a point of where you are now in a relationship or where now you are married, some women lose control or lose focus. That's why they say you're sleeping on your dreams. Because now thank you. Everything is about, is my home to have the kids go to school? Okay, sure. If you are financially independent woman, you're like, oh, okay, I need money for A, I need money for B. But then you've forgotten about your goals, your dreams, what you had planned, because now there's kids in the house. You've given this man 60% of attention, and now it's no longer 60. Now he wants 80. He's no longer you're no longer giving it to him. He's demanding it. When he wakes up, that's the first thing he wants. Your damn attention. You understand? But if you get into that relationship where you know, okay, honey, you need to understand, we have 4 hours. After 4 hours, I have work. You understand? Then he knows, oh, okay, me and my wife or me and my partner, we have this time to be us. Then after this, she goes ahead and be whoever she is. You understand? But as women, we lose that because we feel like, oh, okay, you were working because you were working towards something, right? Or you wanted a couple of things. You understand? But now that they're in the house, it's like the dreams are shattered.
The desire to get your things ends because there's somebody else who is able to get the things. So some people, it makes you lazy. Because also me, to put myself in that position, I'm like, okay, sure, I have dreams of building houses, right? And now this man can not only build for me my own house, but in that house he can put furniture, he will put food in the fridge all the time, the children's school fees will be paid, everything. Even him, he can have a conversation of, baby, you are going to work because you want to go to work, but you don't have to. I'm like, please, allow me to sit and relax. And that would make me the most feminine version of myself for my man.
Okay.
Right? So I could now learn how to cater to him. But that does not mean I have the platform to forget the skills that I learned before I got into this marriage. So if anything happens in here, I have an escape route. Especially, this man is sending me money. Eat some, save some. You never know what's going to happen in the future. Eat some, save some.
Save more. It's more. Because there is food in the fridge. I mean, you mentioned.
You don't need anything. Like when he sends you the money, you're going to you can
buy handbag, Gucci handbag, and now we have plug from China. So
Plus, they all come from China, so honestly.
anyway, so buy from China, and then you say, baby, look at my bag.
Now even went to took screenshots of those websites just in case for the future when
I'm
I feel
telling
like
you.
I have some dollars to spend.
I'm telling you.
You know, I was watching this other. It was just a short thing of I blew it of a guy who got money there, and then the girlfriend was like, now I was asking him this time, let's go to the farmers market. Then he's like, we can't because we can't afford it. I'm like, and then she was like, but baby, why didn't you tell me that you couldn't afford? And I looked at my partner and told my this girl, they went out all the time. They went to Cape Town, do 15K on clothes just for her. They were spending all this extra money. And now she expects that same man to come to her and tell her that the money is finished. The time when they were spending, she couldn't sit down in her head and realize, is it really still there, baby? Why are we spending a lot like this?
But some people don't think that far. You think like because you have that brain for money. But other people, sometimes it's people's first time to have money like this or to see money like this.
Yeah.
So they don't mind that you're spending all of this. And then also there are other people who are deliberately trying to drain you. Memory card.
Yeah.
Deliberately trying to drain people.
So in short, we are saying we are bringing up women who do not know the value of money. That's why when they get inside, they feel like they can spend any amount of money, not knowing that you're sitting down with a man who knows the value of money and understands that for every 1,000 rand that he's spending on you, that you do not know the value, is a problem.
Yeah. And then also, it's up to the man now. Guys, because I have a brother, I want to make sure that also men know that you also have a choice. You have to believe in yourself more and go for the thing that is actually right for you. You also have to heal from whatever happened to you.
Most importantly, yes, I agree with that one, 100%.
So that you figure out why you keep doing these nonsenses and figure out a different way. Otherwise, guys, just be single. Be single until you can really afford and you find somebody who is able and willing to grow with you. But this thing of you just want to take somebody and you want to put her down and let her be comfortable, then you are signing up for someone to be comfortable in your house, and you have to take responsibility for that.
For
you
that,
are
yes.
allowing it. We don't feel sorry for you anymore because like you've been doing it, we've been seeing it, and then now you say woman instead of saying my type. You need to break it down to your type.
Yeah.
Because there are different women who are like giving different things, and you like the type who depletes your wallet.
But I feel like you guys, you know, let's go back to the situation of where Lerato was.
Lerato, shit for the girl.
Lerato.
How many Leratos are there outside the world?
They are there.
Who don't have running away from home, abuse, wire. You understand? It's just bad. They're trying to run away to. They believe that the darkness of where they're going to is much more brighter than where they're coming from.
Yes, but you see, that's a problem. That was a problem that was brought into Lerato's life by Lerato's father.
The rapist.
Which is the problem.
The first rapist.
He was supposed to be his foundation. Lerato was supposed to learn how a man should treat her from her father. And then her father betrayed her. It's not her mother who betrayed her. It was her father who betrayed her. It was the job of the father to protect both her and her mom.
But then he was the perpetrator.
He was the perpetrator. He was like the criminal which other fathers are protecting their families from. You understand? It was the father who betrayed Lerato. And for Lerato not even to see that makes you wonder how she perceives men. Like, does she even see them? Or is it just a dark figure? You know, because she did not see that the father failed her. Before the mother failed her, the father failed her first. He took away her innocence, he took away her sense of security. That's why at 16, Lerato was already staying in somebody's house where she wasn't even sure if they are dating or is this a cohabitation, is this like a crashing situation? You understand?
And he took advantage.
And then also now, after the boyfriend which was staying with, she got into this situation where still she's unhappy.
Well, it was even a marriage now.
The marriage was like there was goats.
Okay, I think that time between the wall, I think I slept. But according to the documentation, they were saying my ex-husband, meaning they were married.
Oh my word.
Legally, they were married.
So she married Lucky.
Yes, now.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Yes, let's go back to Lerato's story, guys.
She married Lucky now.
The serial cheater.
Yes.
Next door.
Yes. That was her husband.
Oh, Lerato.
That was her husband. And if that's not enough, imagine when kids are going to school, he would give the boy 1 rand, he would give the kids 3 rand.
Satan.
And then when Lerato tries to give the boy money, he'll be like, no, you're spoiling him. There was a time he came back, according to Lerato's story, it looks like he was working somewhere. There was a time he was working in a firm here. There was a time when he came back, and I think he bought the kids some toys he didn't buy for her first child.
Can you see, this is a generational thing. Lerato's father failed her, and this boy now is being failed by Lucky, who is now standing in his father's role. Can you see, it's a continuation.
So if this child doesn't break the cycle, he's also now going to be a perpetrator in his house.
Yeah.
This is a real thing, eh? Can we just wake up and see that what we do matters? Can you not say, I only live once? No, you don't actually. You continue living through your kids, and your kids, and your kids, and your kids after you.
Yeah.
And this is why I believe, ladies, let's go to work. You know, some of this trauma is because I'm not related.
Okay,
You understand?
60.
No. The time she was now married to this guy, where her son was now growing up. You understand?
Lerato was not working.
Lerato was not working.
Lerato has been not working.
Lerato has been not working.
How can Lerato not be working this whole time?
Lerato likes to be taken care of, babe.
You see, now this is some psychological sickness right here. Because I would be.
And she also saw from her mom that it's okay to sit inside the house
Oh
and
my
do
God.
nothing. As your parents, what you absorb from your parents is very important.
Do you hear
What
parents?
society
You are important.
teaches you
Parents.
is very important. Because now, let's say Lerato had neighbors, Palisa, right? So in Palisa's house, Palisa is also experiencing the very same thing. But the difference is, Palisa's dad and Lerato's dad, they won't do this to the other child. But then when Melissa and Lerato are sitting down talking about what is happening in their houses, then it's like, oh shit, so this thing happens then.
What? You're telling me that Melissa, the neighbor, were also being molested? This is a thing?
And then the society now, the whole society is rotten. Those children from that society, when they come into normal spaces where other people grew up in different ways, they are going to cause havoc because they think it's normal.
Oh my word. So can we stop just bearing kids for the sake of bearing kids? Kids also observe you, they learn from you, and because of you, your child is liberious.
Nah.
I learned it from you.
I feel like, you know, some of these things, they can be sort of quickly. I mean, honestly, for me, no offense, for me, if I was in a Lerato's position, and I went out there and I found myself a job, I was gonna make sure my firstborn gets fucking everything. Meaning, if Papa came with McDonald's for the kids, it's fine, let them eat. My child, don't worry. We'll just go to a good corner. There's a good corner here. I'm sure someone will find a spot who will put everything you want. The cheese, the ration, the what, it's nothing compared to McDonald's. But like what my boss always tells me, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You understand?
Okay.
That child was gonna value that sparkle that has everything compared to this McDonald's that the brothers bought because
it was born with love.
It was born, thank you. It came with excitement.
So Lerato's lack of funds failed her to love her kids.
Lerato's lack of funds, Lerato's lack of love, Lerato's lack of support.
Your support.
And self-awareness.
And self-awareness.
But where do you get support?
Made her not to feel like as if she was not able to just get a simple toy for a child.
And so Lerato should have gone to work though. You're right.
Oh, Lerato did get a job.
Yes, go to Lerato's job.
So the husband now he has cheated. Everywhere they move he cheats. Everywhere he moves she cheats. She was like, no, now I was tired now. I grew up. He knew you hit me, I hit you.
See now the violence.
You hit me, I hit you.
I don't know now. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Now, guess what?
Because the husband has turned Lerato from a good person
Guess
into
what?
a violent person.
Okay, sorry.
Then guess what? Now, boy is grown now. I think now he was 12, 13, you understand?
Oh,
meaning now he has eyes. So now, when he wants to cheat, he will tell Lerato, no, Lerato, you have to go home. You understand? Lerato go, no, it's fine, you can leave the boy here. I get the boy is not his. So how am I going to take a boy that's not mine to my own yard? But my wife can go. But you can leave your boy. Doesn't make sense.
You don't understand, Lerato would go to Lucky's house.
Lucky's family home.
So Lucky would send Lerato to his
Lucky's family home didn't lobola the boy child. That is not his. So it's like, now, if it's a family house, his ancestors, the spirits of the land are going to be like, what was that?
You see?
Okay, so then Lerato had to go solo.
Kanti, guy has arranged to cheat that day. In fact, he's planning to cheat nicely. In fact, he's even gone to the extent of buying the boy snacks to not tell the mother. Imagine.
Including Lerato's son.
Lerato's son, the outsider, was now left in the house.
Yeah,
While Umama went to John Snow.
Outsider is deep.
So Lerato was going for prayer at Ulaki's home or whatever it is. And then Jon Snow was where at home with Lucky, stepfather. You understand? So who stepfather bought whatever snacks there and left it with Jon Snow.
Oh yeah.
You understand?
Wow,
and then he went to favor, thinking that the son was not going to say anything to the mother. You understand? The mother went there, prayed, she came back. You know neighbors. Gotta love the neighbors. I think I'm gonna have my neighbors on payroll. Cause if you wanna know anything, honestly, the neighbors are like, "How girl? Where were you? Your husband is busy up and down cheating." She's like, "Nah, I couldn't die." Wow. That's where she was emotional. She's like, "You know what? I didn't care anymore. Either he was cheating or not, I didn't care anymore." And this is a man who once he's done cheating, he comes back and sleeps with him.
What? Does he wear a condom?
Guys, for the mere fact that Lerato is thicker than me, meaning she did not lose weight. Because if it was me, I would have lost weight. I would have been slender. I would have been small like this.
Yo, if it was me, I would have left a long time ago. Otherwise, I would have killed him.
How, Patricia? Leave to go away, guys.
Joy, the same way I got Lucky, I'll find Moses.
Waiting. In fact, I'm delaying. I'm delaying here with Lucky, who's nonsense.
Must I die? I'm 16 then. It's not like I'm 49.
No, but then now time has passed now. Like 12 years, the boy. She's still in her 30s.
No, she wasn't in her 30s because I remember she said
She's 16.
when she got the job from Kubas, we are in Kubas now. So Kubas is the boss.
Like, what about?
That's a new job.
Her husband, Lucky, lost his job. So now Lerato had to go look for a job. Lerato's like, okay, I have 4 kids now, plus the 2 from the husband. I have 4 kids now, let me go look for a job. Knock, like what Patricia said. When you're at the bottom,
You're nothing to know. Just knock at the door. That's the best mentality you should have.
hey! She went there, she knocked.
Unless you meet others.
Opened, put her in uniform. Then that time, the time she got a job, she was 28. Imagine.
She's still young, very young.
She was 28, yeah.
Very
And you
young.
feel thicker than you, so she had Nash.
Me out of one Moses.
Eric, I'm telling you, because now my father has already molested me, so it's not like a little sex, like it's this,
Yeah.
no, I'll just give it to you as long as you're giving me what I want.
Yeah.
So if you fail, disqualified next, I know that does not sound, it's not like that bad.
It's not sanitary.
No, but
It's just hypothetical, like I would not have stayed with Lucky.
At all.
Yes.
so Kubas hands, Kubas is like, ooh, nice black hair, Then he starts telling her.
Oh my God.
Kubas, to even make it worse then, Kubas is not just abusive to the maids, Lerato, he's also abusive to his other maids. He's also abusive to his wife. Because FYI, the wife knew what he was doing.
Okay, but what was he doing?
Anyway, so Kubas is this guy, he's a white man, he's an Afrikaner, he likes really special, Shasha. Kubas hires Lerato gets a job. Nice job. Because if you take 28,000 by 24 months, how much is that? Like, how much was she getting paid?
Different per job.
But maids is nice.
Ladies, around about 4.
Yeah.
No, 28,000 by 2 years. So that's 12 months, 24 months.
Hectic.
But that comes to a very small amount.
Yeah.
If you divide 28 by 2, it gives you 1, it gives you 14. If you divide 14 by 12, oh my God, that's very small money she was being paid. It wasn't a lot.
Back then in the days of
Oh, okay, because it's coming around 1 something.
So Lerato, Kubas would tell Lerato, no, I want you to wear tight-knit things, you understand?
To clean.
To go and clean his house.
Kubas have you cleaned before?
If that's not enough, Kubas will come and be touching your mabele or your buns. And apparently the maids there, they were like, for us it was a normal thing, bruh. As long as I have a job, sharp.
Oh my word, no.
So, remember Lerato has been abused from her dad. Then they came
Lucky.
the husband, Lucky, who also just added gag on top of gag.
Lucky.
Then now here comes Kubas, who is now trying to do the same thing. You understand? Which is what Alison was saying. Some of these things, it's like the generation.
It is generational. It's like repeating.
If the history repeats itself, you
Yeah.
understand? Then one day Kubas came and played a porn video in front of her while she was cleaning. While he was in his boxers.
The levels.
Mogel was like, no, I'm just going outside. Because according to him, he wanted to rape her. Understand? So it's like he was marinating her.
By playing porn.
By playing porn.
Do you get marinated? You're trying to clean and someone was playing porn.
That's what that's even.
So that's like, wow. She just called us like, no, you know what, I'm coming, I just want to fetch something. She says, I took that house gate, I opened the gate, and I didn't even lock the gate. I ran to the nearest police station. Hello, hi, how are you? I'm Ma'am. I would like to open a case. Oh, okay, what's wrong? He explained to them, the police were like, Master, you have no case. He said, what do you mean? Should I be raped first? Then I should come back here to say that I have a case? He's like, no. But we can go and call this guy, fetch him, and he can deny everything you just said right now.
So she reported about him doing the porn while she was working.
Yes.
Hectic. But okay, on the police side, what would be the case? So we're arresting you for watching porn?
But that's sexual harassment.
Yes.
But that's his house.
But that's sexual harassment.
But that's his house.
It is his house, but
They
then
could
I
not
am
ask him
employed
that
by you. In the labor law, there are laws and regulations that say these things cannot happen. You are abusing me. This is
You're
sexual
telling me in the Labor Law Act
harassment.
it says homeowner cannot watch porno while maid is
But then there should be something
was
that
clean.
protects her. There has to be something
In the
that
law.
protects her.
Okay.
Because the sexual harassment is
I
the case. Then watching porn, which is sexual content while I'm working, during working hours.
I disagree, you know why? Let's say you're watching You,
Okay.
Netflix series. You.
Mhm.
I'm the maid. I'm cleaning. You're watching You. They were talking. They're naked. It's happening. It's going down. It's 3 minutes. It's 16 minutes. It's 18 minutes.
Okay, shut
It's
up.
happening.
Cool. In the thing of you, ne, we are sitting, while you are sitting down here watching the series, also you don't know what's about to happen in the series. You are also as shocked when you are saying, right? But with porn, you are deliberately taking your remote control and going,
But it's his house. For me, I think that's what the police could not arrest him because Kubas was in his right place. It's his home.
but still he was dead as
You
wrong.
could have had so many places to watch that.
He was dead as wrong. Taking your phone and going to the toilet.
You could have to the
But it's his house,
the
guys.
bedroom.
But there are people who we employed to be there. The other people are employed to be there. It's not their house.
No, but guys, Kubas was just watching the porn. He's like, okay, I'm watching nudity.
No.
Who cares?
Sexual
Who have
harassment.
exited the room to another room.
So I come.
Kubas was like, guys.
I come.
Kubas was watching his porn. The comfort of his home.
Kubas was watching porn while he was also wearing his boxers.
Okay, so he was not naked again.
He is naked boxes.
Men wear boxes all the time in their homes, guys. That's the comfort.
But the thing is, now you have employed people to come into your house.
You do understand that I am paying you.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot be paying you to come and work for
So
me.
your
and then
boss-
just
so-
comfort me now. I must be
So-
uncomfortable because you are present in my house.
So you're CEO in a company, in an
No,
office.
but that's a company.
But then now you are
the head
it's
of
a
commerce. This is a house. You see, that's the difference. Kubas was right because it is his home.
I don't know.
It is his privacy. You even allow to smoke when you do that in your home.
It's fine.
Continue with Lerato.
Personally, for me, I feel like Kubas gave me so many signs to make that feel uncomfortable. If he had not those signs in the first place,
Like touching the
maybe-
bath. What is that?
That part was nasty because then that was him invading your space.
if he was never sexually abusive or sexually trying to tell you to wear tight things, and then the maid was to just come in here and see me watching porn, the maid was just gonna act normal. Because the maid knows my boss is not gonna come into the studio. Yeah, my boss is creepy. He watches his shit, he's creepy.
Yeah.
But he's not gonna come and touch me.
Okay.
You see, now that's respect. But now, if I know you're creepy, then you come and play creepy shit next to me. Even me, I was gonna run shit.
Well,
Me and Lerato
The
same
same way the
age.
police could not arrest Kubas.
But no.
They were right, she had to be raped. That's a crime. But watching porn isn't. Sorry, ladies. I love
Anyway.
you.
continue with your question. She's taking us to the matter of the fact. No, I guess
This fact is fucked up. Anyway, so she goes back home. She says that day she didn't go back to work. After police station, she went straight at home. She was a really nice wife. I feel like, Lucky got a charm and he destroyed it. He plucked it out of it for the mere fact that this girl was raped by the father, and she still managed to have this rainbow on top of her head, knowing that she had a husband who would even beat her up. Lucky took a charm and literally just destroyed it.
And that, you know why? Because Lucky is Snow. He was Snow once upon a time in his life. He was
You
not
think?
also neglected.
Yeah.
Yes, if we study Lucky's story, we'll find out for him he was Jon Snow. He was neglected, he was thrown out, he was treated like the way he was treated, and therefore that's the only way he knows how to treat anybody else. You see, this thing is just, it's a continuation.
of it like that,
Because why the neighbor? Why must it be the neighbor?
And the curse will find you if you don't break it.
Why must it be the neighbor? For me, it's the neighbor thing. Because I understand people cheat, but most people, they try and be discreet about it. They will not really do the neighbor. They will go and do maybe somewhere in Limpopo. You guys say, I'll take me that, but I'll appreciate it. I'm not saying I'll appreciate the person, but I'll appreciate the efforts you put in preventing the respect being disrespected by this Shanice.
And then everybody around is going to be like, oh, look at that Mumu, she's not working like me.
She knows the boxers from there 401.
So,
She
goes home, she tells the husband, my husband, I've had a really hard day at work. He's like, what happened? He's like, my boss, A, B, and C, D, A, B, and C, D. She was like, easy. Why don't you just let him rape you?
Hey!
Why don't you just let him rape you? Then after that, you open a case against Kubas.
Okay, well, Lucky's right here, but not right. He's Lucky's left, but he's correct. He's toxic. He's last number one is going to be enduring the thing.
So, girl, knowing that, okay, for the first time, now I feel like according to her storyline right now, I feel like for the first time she felt like her and Lucky had a connection. For the first time she felt like
they're doing something together.
Yes, there was a ground
to.
Yes, you understand.
Where
there was someone where
I should be.
There was someone where she felt like she could support. Because now if I had a boss like that, immediately be like, girl, A, B, and C happen. But she was not gonna be like, girl, quit that job now.
No, get the hell out of there.
Quit that job now.
Leave Kubas, we'll find another one.
Anyway, like it or not, sharp let him rape. So the rape continued. Sometimes when he's in the room, maybe she's there making the beds, he'll just come. It continued until one day she was like, he had even moved his office. His office used to be at home, but now he moved his office to the yard. You understand? There were another maids which were doing there. So he knew when he comes back home, who's at home? Lerato is the only one that's at home. You understand? And Lerato didn't have to go there because after home, she goes to her home.
She didn't work that other side. So
No,
the guy kind of like excluded Lerato.
Lerato was his favorite.
You understand?
No.
That day, Cobas came. I don't know if he was angry, if he was drunk. He was holding a box and took off his box and what? Baby, wire with a gun.
Oh my God.
And if you scream.
Just imagine
Why scream? You see this? I will shoot you. Okay.
And that time it would even be a toy gun.
That time.
Lerato wouldn't know the difference.
Anyway, so Lerato was like, imagine that time we're in the marital room.
Of course.
What is Thomas's own wife?
Maybe she's busy waiting. She's like, oh,
Maybe it was why she's screaming.
I just need to shut up.
Oh my God.
anyway, thinking, she was like, at first she was like, she didn't want. She's like, either you want it or not, you're gonna do it. She was told to remove the bed sheet. That's the thing. He did the sheet. He was like, I could see the guy. He was right there. Finished. Oh, sorry. Like I was saying. Anyway, so the Kubas told her that no, take off the bed sheet. She took off the bed sheet. After taking off the bed sheet, she laid there, he chowed her.
With a gun.
With a gun. Imagine being chowed and the gun is next to you like this.
Wow, Shimon Kubas, you have no name.
Anyway, after Kubas was done, Kubas went to the bath, bathed himself, cleaned himself up, like as if nothing happened. He left. She was still cleaning up. She took his boxers, put them in the basket room. Then instead of bathing, like what she always does, this time, she didn't bath.
Good girl.
She went straight home.
Good girl.
After going straight home, the husband took her to the police station.
Thank you, Lucky, for the first time in your life.
But it was orchestrated, so it's not even like a thing. That bastard Lucky. Anyway.
Honestly, a bastard of a life.
You were not. Hi.
So went to the police station, they opened a case, they did her rape,
the rape kit.
The rape kit. I feel like ladies should just have rape kits at home.
And they sold a shop right like KJ.
They're sold at Discount.
No rape kits?
Well, I'm not sure about Discount. But I know there's a pharmacy where I live close by where they do sell a rape kit.
Girls carry a rape kit. It's
The same way they can sell pregnancy tests, the same way they can sell HIV tests, the same way they can sell a drug kit. Did you know?
You can buy
It's so easy now. Like that's how I'm gonna know if my kids are drugs. I'll just buy a drug kit, take that thing while you're sleeping. Dad, no need to ask you, did you smoke weed? No.
When we're having the conversation, I know you smoke weed.
You drank some water, there is your lipstick.
Oh, the future is drastic.
Don't laugh.
The future is drastic. Anyway, so Lerato goes to the police station.
Then the rape kit was taken. It is confirmed that she was raped, that there's semen within the body. That's not her husband's.
Shame.
That guy doesn't have
I
shame.
don't think he even cares.
I mean, this is why we have so many colors. It's all of this. Kubas.
Then they went to Kubas' home. Kubas was arrested that night. Then guess what? Kubas was released the next morning.
Your police, now we can't even see like your
He
brother.
was released the next
You
morning.
can't pay the bail, guys.
Jiggy, all of a sudden there's a prosecutor telling her that no, you need to come to court. They went there to court, and the prosecutor told her, Lerato, now personally I would suggest, since this guy has money, rather take the high road. The high road is sit down with these people,
Collect your money.
collect your money.
How much money are we talking?
Come to a settlement.
Then guess what? There's something that Lerato said. She said, me and my husband, when we went to meet Kubas and the wife, Ulaki even went and shook the guy's hand.
Oh, nasty.
You see, like, you see, that's
And
like
greeted Kubas and the wife. That's what she got fucking to me. I feel like she could have gotten more. If there
But
was
that's
a
Kubas.
Kubas handshake.
What is wrong with him though? You
Kubas is a curse.
Kubas
No, not Kubas, Lucky.
Lucky.
Lucky is cursed. And now he's cursing the child because she doesn't know better that you can break a curse, you can say no to a curse. You can really say no
Lucky
to
sees
a
the
curse.
potential in Lerato. You see, Lerato was able to get that to 28K because what she was raped by Kubas. Imagine how much more she can make. Lerato, Lucky, if you watch him carefully, he's gonna use a lot of more stunts like this to collect money from Lerato. I promise you. Why would you shake the hands of the man who defiled your wife? Which man in their own two testicles?
Other men are trying to beat this guy up. He was
Yes,
shaking
in
his
fact, he
hand.
wouldn't even go there to meet this man. He should be furious. He should be with anger.
And she's turning into Hulk. That's what we are expecting here, but instead of Hulk, we are getting
This guy's like a pimp. He's like, yeah, thank you for giving us 28K. We really need it.
Honestly. And then you know what she said? She said immediately when we get home, there was not even a remorse, a baby I'm sorry, or a hug, or...
He was just happy to have that money.
It's like I said, the rape never happened. Do you hear your sister another day?
And
Of a crime of $28.
Nobody was on top of him. No heavy man was breathing on top of him.
but that's his wife. Like a man, if you can cheat on a woman can forgive a man. But if a woman can cheat on a man, it's so hard for that man to forgive
And it
cheating.
means that he has no pride.
Lucky
has no pride. Remember, he was a cheater.
Lucky doesn't love this lady in the first place.
Yeah.
Lucky he never loved this lady. Maybe in the first place there was infatuation that they of who I can feel like a superman to somebody. And then now that it's like I'm done being a superman to
Now it's
this
responsibility.
now he's also trying to at least get that 28K that he spent.
Wow.
At least it's this 28K. Now he's unemployed, even worse. That 28K can pay for 3 months rent while he's trying to figure out his life. It can buy food. It can pay even his children, the children that he came in
Can eat.
while he was abandoning and treating the other one badly. You know, can still be left being treated badly from that 28K. So lucky that bastard. Oh, lucky if you can find lucky guys.
Punch him in the face.
Just twice, left, right, papa.
Not just a random guy called Lucky.
No.
But then there is no Lucky because this Lucky was a made-up name.
Yeah. The names have been made
The
up.
story is true, the names made up.
Yeah, the names have been made up.
Yeah.
So Ulaki, apparently the money came in, but it didn't really do much because she was like, okay, I had 28,000, but I was jobless.
Okay.
back to what? To square one again.
She should have found another Kudas who's old and unmarried or divorced, and she would have positioned herself there as a second wife.
I
enjoy her life.
I take her son and live like that. Can we use the regular one?
I didn't even finish her story, but what I do remember is the fact that she said, in between her continuing of life, she got a call. She kept on getting lots of calls one day from him, and then she picked up and she told her son and himself. Yeah, that's after that. I didn't really listen. Yeah, Jon Snow came because remember, Jon Snow. I think he became old enough.
Because by that
he went home. You understand? No, he became old enough to the extent. I think he was a teenager. Maybe I think he was around 16 or 17. He was a teenager because he didn't want to live with Umama and Lucky, knowing what Lucky was doing to Umama. You understand? Because the person who was doing the channel asked Lerato that, no, did your son leave a note? He said, no, he didn't leave any note. But what I do know was my son's wish was that I leave that note.
Shame on you,
because
if you had to
she could not. You need to remember, Patricia, Lerato's mother never fought for her. So how are you going to learn fighting if someone never fought for you?
You know how I was going to learn fighting? Because somebody violated me. And because I had to defend
myself. But how do you know it's violating? How?
Because it's painful.
Especially in her situation where she grew up with this pain to a point where it's normal. Like, you
see that too much.
She wouldn't even know if she's being violated.
So she was like, anyway, we're almost done. She was like, I got a call, I hear my son at the end himself.
And then the son is the one who could have broken it if he stayed alive.
I feel like the son broke it after he died, because after he died, Lerato woke up. Lerato now, she tells you, now I'm a hustler.
Yes,
whatever my kids want, my kids get. You understand? She said, after the son died, she went home, she took her kids, she went home. She didn't have enough money. Imagine, there was no one to come and cook for the funeral. There was no one who even wanted, who even offered to say, hey, can I be one of...
For Jon Snow's funeral?
For Jon Snow's funeral. She cooked herself.
Where was the father? His biological father?
Where was her mother?
No, the aunts they came, but they came after. Because you remember when someone kills themselves and when someone is killed,
not the same.
It's not the same. So you can't bury them the same. They have to teach you or tell you how to bury the child. There was no money that came from anywhere. She cooked. She threw the scent on Jon Snow. She buried her son. She came back.
She started hustling.
She started
Rest in peace, Jon Snow.
she started realizing that I have to fight for whatever it is that I have with me.
Yeah. I'm
not gonna let what happened to Jon Snow happen to the rest that I have left.
It's sad.
So that's what I'm saying. We live in a world where we feel like information is passed on, but there are places where they don't even know education. There are places where they don't even know that beating a woman is wrong. Imagine she was like, there was a time he was cheating at work. I was working at a firm. He was cheating at work and she found out and she went there and she was fighting with him and then he pushed her aside. Imagine what the man said. The man said, instead of beating at the public, why can't you beat at home? So you can see that this thing, that this education of abusing women, we still need to spread. I'm talking about going to villages and spread information that women, you still have a choice. You still have a way out.
Honestly.
You understand? For me personally, with what I know, what I've learned, and knowing the value of money, I don't think I would stay in such shit like that.
That's what I'm telling you, Lucky.
Lucky is lucky that he's not 6 feet under the ground.
Because long time ago, I don't know, I think there's something in my head.
After the first neighbor alone, it goes.
You know, women
third neighbor. Now you're like you're like a rat.
I'm so glad. Imagine there was a time they went to buy a house. Yeah? And after buying the house, now they are leaving. After buying the house, they bought fish and chips that they took out. The kids wanted chips. And who like took chips and gave it to the kids, but didn't give it to
Jon Snow.
Parisha, I'm telling you,
I feel like Jon Snow had it bad. I mean, we knew that Lerato had it bad.
Jon Snow. That's a whole movie.
That's the whole episode, and unfortunately,
Jon Snow from when he was young to until he was a teenager to until his death.
No wonder he was tired. I mean, what?
There was a time they had this album picture, and then there was a picture of Jon Snow. He was like, I don't even understand the pictures that are in this gallery.
Yo, that's a red sign.
The
If
pictures
you're not
in here is
not
not even any of my kids. That time, who Jon Snow was standing right next to him. So guys, that's why I always say, let's not just take our kids out of something they knew. Or should I say, let's defend our kids. I understand, yes, you are married, you are what, but if she had maybe sit down and realized, fuck, maybe if I just invest in Jon Snow, maybe if I just went
take him to boarding school.
Hey, just invest in Jon Snow. Let me leave myself out. Snow.
But then at the end of the day, Lucky had been stopping every single thing she wanted to do for Jon Snow. And especially it was worse because it was Lucky's money.
Oh yes. No, the fact that hurts me the most, the fact that he kept on saying, you're always spoiling this child. You're always spoiling with what?
With what?
So meaning, it's what I just said. Maybe Ulaki was Jon Snow when he was young.
And he had it worse, so he knows that
how to dish it.
you are giving this boy one bread and you are still trying to give him more.
See the effort that goes into taking a box of chips, splitting it into two, intentionally avoiding one person. Don't you think it would have been easier to just open the box and let the boys share?
I mean, honestly.
You understand? That took malice.
Take a plate. For me, I feel like what was he even doing separating the chips in the first place? Because that's a woman's job. She was literally just supposed to take a plate, put the chips, we're not eating it, take. You can all eat from one plate. You understand? But I feel like for the mere fact that Lerato was already broken.
That's the
And
thing.
he came into this marriage that broke her even more. Maybe she felt like she couldn't even say a word.
She didn't even see that.
Not knowing that her child
was getting it hard.
was getting it even more harder.
Wow.
Guys,
dead is worse.
To be honest, we need to heal at every situation, whatever you go through, even if you think this is minute, it's not even that important. You need to take a step back and figure that thing that happened to you out.
Yeah.
After figuring it out, you need to heal and move on from it so that you do not teach other people that it's okay to treat you like that.
True.
But then if you do not see anything wrong with it, you are going to get bored when people treat you right.
Hectic.
And also the other thing that I would also like to tell women is the fact that, ladies, can you please go to work? Please, please. Even like, you don't know who's watching. You don't know which cousin, which daughter is watching the lifestyle that you're living.
Yeah.
You sitting at home every day, you going out, you come back with your weird bags. We know you're not working, but you come back with your weird outfits here, you come back with your weird things, we know you're not working. Someone else in the house, younger than you, is watching. And is gonna do that same thing of knowing, no, there's no need for me to go outside and work. I can just go to A, B, and C, and I'll come back with some nice bags, just like my auntie used to do. You understand? So guys, please, let's stand up and, yeah, we might say, hey, nah, I don't want to be a cleaner, but you know how much cleaners are getting? Guys, do you know how much cleaners are getting?
Yeah, someone are getting
7 to 8. Do you know how much chefs are getting? People in the kitchen, someone who doesn't even have experience, someone who didn't even have to go to culinary school, they're getting 5 to 6. Where are you going to find 5 to 6K now? Someone who's working in the kitchen is getting 5 to 6. Someone who's working in the toilet, cleaning bath is getting 7 to 8. And then you, when I say, oh, now I want to work in a farm, what's so special?
What degree?
With what thank you, Alice.
Because they want degree and experience. You, who doesn't have that degree and experience and skill, just humble yourself, guys. I think we need to get to a space as women where we are okay with being humble.
I'm telling you.
And we also need to do away with this thing of competing.
Thank you. Yes, please. The only competition should be yourself. Who you were 2022, who you are 2025. Are you moving forward or backwards? Not your neighbor.
That is true. That is true.
Not your neighbor.
Because anything can happen. For me, what I know for sure is there are ups and there are downs. And then when you are down, people around you mustn't be looking at you like, look, you remember when you were up, you were like, watching Super 5.
Yeah.
So just at every point in life, decide to be humble. So that when you are down, people are more likely to pull you back up.
Yes. True.
Yo guys, today's episode.
Yeah, it was very drastic.
Lerato.
But I hope we've learned from Lerato. I hope men have learned from Lucky. If you're that type of woman, please change.
Figure it out.
Learn to change. Ask your God. And you know, let me tell you something about women. There's nothing a woman likes more than a man who's willing to commit to change. Not for her, but for himself.
Yes.
For himself.
Change.
Because then, if you are able to change for yourself, then I'm able to look at you and be like, my man. I mean, I'm proud to be like, yes, that's my man. I'm proud to talk about it. But if you're going to go ahead and do things that are going to break a woman's confidence, break a woman's love, break a woman's trust to the extent that she can't even now nurture her kids, then there's nothing left. You might as well go your separate ways and heal, because whatever that's going to come out of there, it's a mess. The mess that led Jon Snow to doing whatever he's doing.
Suicide.
Yo, rest in peace, Jon Snow. And a lot of people feel that way.
A lot of people are Jon Snow.
A lot of people think what Jon Snow did.
So yeah, guys, if you know your ladies in the village, and you know if you have auntie cousins, you know, talk to them. Always be close with them. You know, always give them opportunities. Always tell them, hey, my friend, we can do A, B, and C, D. Hey, my friend, we can do A, B, and C, D. Can you cook? Can you do this? You understand? Sometimes it's because there's no one who ever came to you and told you, hey, here's a meat, try and grab it. They are just telling you that there's meat somewhere outside there. But no one ever came to you and told you, check that meat. Hey, grab that meat. Okay, I didn't grab this meat. If there's another one, please throw it back. You understand? Let's learn to talk to each other. Not just, I'm a woman, I'm on top. Where have you seen someone buying a Benz? Or relax. You will die, you will leave your Benz. Let's, as women, help each other. Love each other, teach each other.
Love ourselves. I feel like we're always busy loving everybody else. Love yourself.
Live for yourself.
Should learn to then love herself enough, because I feel if she did love herself enough, she would have known that life is toxic.
Yeah.
If she had loved herself enough, maybe she would have realized that Jon Snow is going through something. But we're not here to bring Lerato out.
Anyway, guys, today's episode was so heated.
Yeah.
Thank you so much if you've made it this far.
Thank you.
And we'll see you on the next episode. Bye.